It's 7:06. And you are with Let's Talk About It. Thank you for tuning in with Erica
and Steph. I'm Steph, y'all.
And I'm Erica.
All right.
And we are here this Wednesday evening, and we have a special guest. And there's another one coming later.
Right, we got our ghost guest, but he gonna be here, y'all. Yeah. He's a busy man.
He right there.
He gonna be right here.
Yeah. We got Miss Princess Mitchell.
Yes.
Guys.
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all a little bit of something. If y'all don't know about Georgia Princess Mitchell here in Sacramento and around the world, y'all been asleep. Wake it up, wake it up, wake it up.
Come on.
They were asleep.
They were asleep. So tonight, we had a special wine. What is that?
Oh, y'all. This is what I bought last week.
This is what she bought. So this is what she suggested. This is our special wine suggestion. We got some jam jar, y'all. We got a jam jar. It's a sweet Shiraz.
From Africa.
So,
Kabuya. All right, I'm sorry.
All right. They said this from Africa?
Yes, girl, that's from Africa. That's what they said.
Seasons 52. Okay.
Yeah, girl, that Italy, Africa, all of them, everywhere. It's from everywhere. Okay.
So we're gonna crack this open. This is a special request from Miss Erica. So we're gonna pour this out. We're gonna wait for George, but we'll
give him a pour and
give him
wait
a
for him
pour later. We're gonna give our guest a little bit.
What you think about some wine, sis? What kind of wine you like?
I'm a sweet wine.
Okay. Ooh, you with us. You with us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, George may be server number 2 for me.
Okay. We got water for him over here.
Yeah, we got water too.
Uh-huh.
So we got our wine. So we're gonna toast it out, and then Eric's gonna tell us what we're talking about tonight.
All right. Boom. All right, y'all. We talking about it. Let's see. Jam jar. I'm gonna have to see how many.
It's kind of.
How many? What you call that again?
It's rich.
Is it 11%? Look, I can't see nothing.
Right.
Where my glasses at? All right. Whatever. I'm gonna leave it alone. Anyway. So tonight, oh my God, Let's Talk About It with Erica and Steph. We are going to be talking about money, and relationships with money. A lot of times we don't even know how to talk to our people about money, you know, and how you have a conversation about your spouse, with your spouse, or even your cousin that's laid on the couch for 6 months. Right, and you like, hold on, they've been there for 6 months, and they eating all the food. Where the money at? Right, like it to me, a relationship is everybody got to know how to talk about the money. Okay, and so we brought Miss Princess Mitchell and her husband. He's right there, y'all.
He gonna be right here.
He on the way. To talk about how to navigate through that thing and how you talk to your people about you need help or you don't need help or how we work together in that thing, right?
So first things first. So since you're talking about that and you've introduced Princess, right? Let's talk to Princess a minute. Tell us a little bit about you and George and what y'all do, because I'm not gonna tell y'all business, right? But I know y'all got a little money. Y'all got a little. Princess like, yes, we definitely have a little money. And I'm sure you guys. I know you guys have been to college, and so you guys have been through the ins and outs, the ups and downs, and all of that. So introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and let's get into this money.
Okay. So as they introduced already, my name is Princess Mitchell. George and I are college sweethearts. We attended Alabama A&M University. Go Bulldogs, okay? I was out there on a volleyball scholarship. He was there on a band scholarship.
She's also a finer lady.
And I am a finer lady. Hello.
What's a finer lady?
A Zeta.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't go to college. I went to vocational school.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll talk to you about that.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
And so I'm originally from Sacramento. My husband's from Atlanta. And so when we moved back to Sacramento after college, really we just got into corporate just like everybody else. I was helping a lady build her high-end women's clothing store over there on Wadden, Auburn. And eventually the store got up and rolling, but she decided to move it to Los Angeles where she was, so I became laid off of work. We were 24 and 25 when this happened. But I remember going home, and I went to my mom and I said, "Man, Mom, I'm laid off. What am I going to do?" And my mom said, if every morning when you look in the mirror, if you're not looking at the boss, you have no security. Okay? And she told me this at 25 years old. And that put a seed in my mind where really my next prayer was, God, send me something where I could be my own boss, set my own schedule, make good income while I help people. And I said, God, where is that? 2 weeks later, I'm walking into a meeting where they're discussing insurance and financial services and investing. And my initial thought was like, man, I really don't know about this. I counted all the people in the room because I'm just that type of person. But really, I was counting how many black people are in here. And I literally said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my first thing was, maybe this isn't for us and we're not into it. Or my more dominant thought was, no, maybe this means I can go get them all. And so I literally started out part-time on this journey. Initially, when I was telling George about it, because I seen other couples doing it together, he was like, no, babe, I'm just going to work in my degree. But my vision has always been big. And so I started on the journey part-time. Eventually, he joined me. And when our oldest son now, when he was young, he was 9 months old, but when he went to kindergarten, I went full-time. And so when I'm saying I'm part-time, I'm full-time, so I started out as an insurance agent, okay? That is not something that's very, people don't, wake up at 12, 13 years old and say, you know what, I want to be an insurance agent.
Right.
They're thinking doctor, lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, and so that wasn't first thing on my list as well, but as I started to study insurance, if you know anything about money, insurance is always going to be there. And so with life insurance, when you're dealing with responsible people, they want to make sure if anything happens to them, their family's going to be taken care of. So I started out as an insurance agent, but I also started to understand business where eventually one day I wanted to be more broker, okay? And that's called a regional vice president. And so I started working on that and became eventually a regional vice president. So we do have a branch. We have a main branch over in Rancho. We also have one on Howe Avenue.
Right.
And then we also have one in Birmingham, Alabama.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
What age was insurance? That was
I was 25, George was 24 when we got our insurance license.
And how long you been in?
Yeah, I'm a cougar about 18 months. Got good young.
How long you been in the game?
Yeah, so I'll be licensed 18 years in June.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on that,
you.
because any entrepreneurship that you spend that much time on is huge, right? Have you gotten a job between then?
No. So I started out part-time, and then 4 years later I went full-time, and then 2 years later I became a regional vice president. So now George had a job starting out.
Okay.
Yep, he had a job. He was working for Delta Dental, I think, and then he transferred over to the state. So we understood too a steady income coming in while you're building your business.
Yeah, steady income.
Do you feel like, because I know you and George, I've seen you guys, I know you guys have the biggest black team. Is it because of your passion? Because, me and Erica was just talking about this, about, she had said, as a hairstylist, you don't want to get out the game. And I was like, no, this is my passion. I don't care. I love it. So when you have passion for something, you probably did you feel like, oh, I need to go get another job? Or did you feel like my passion is going to push me through and make me work harder?
So there's, for people that know our story from start to, and I won't even say that we're finished now. I thought we're in the thick of things helping a lot of other people. But our journey was not the fast and the furious. There were many times that we were frustrated and furious. Okay. Because the money may not have been coming in as quick as we wanted to. Clients were not saying yes. Now we're in the era today of social media. But when we started 2007, social media, Facebook, I think it just came out. So if you posted a really fire family picture on Facebook back then when we got started and it got 10 likes, you're like, girl, you see that post got 10 likes, girl, I'm popping. Right. So we didn't have social media. So we built mostly guerrilla marketing, going out, talking to people, passing out flyers. And when you do it that way, will it work? Absolutely. But it takes time because you got to build credibility with strangers. They don't know who you are. And so there were many times, especially in our early career, our first 5-6 years, that we were frustrated. But I would tell young entrepreneurs it's important for you to be frustrated, but be patient and intense.
And consistent.
And consistent.
Yeah.
If we just kept on going. So
That's
even the
it.
months where it was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? We said, God, you let us here. We know you're gonna see us through.
Yeah, but with that though,
Mhm.
being in a relationship,
Yeah.
and were both of you guys entrepreneurs at the same time? Like you quit your job, and then he quit his job, or like after you were making a certain amount of money, he quit because you said he was working.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm trying to retire my husband.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
He got that PTO and I don't.
And you know,
Okay.
so we started out. I was full time. George was working again with Delta Dental. He eventually went to the state. Maybe year 3 or 4. George left the state and said, I'm in the transition and going to a different agency. He said, I'm going to be full time in the business with you. And maybe that was 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
But as we were building, it was important for that steady income to come in.
Yeah.
So that was at least paying the bills.
Mhm.
But this is what was crucial in that time, is that stint of him being full time. I mean, he became a monster on the phone. He used to cold call people, ask for the managers, ask them are they keeping their options open, making extra income. So he didn't just twiddle his thumbs. So even when he ended up going back and working for the state, a different department, he was there very antsy, like thinking like, okay, I'm working, but one day I'm gonna become full time again, help my wife just go for it. Yeah. And so once we hit maybe, it was comfortable, maybe 75,000 a year in the business. Yeah.
And back then that was a lot.
That was a lot back then.
2007, 2010.
Yeah, and that was probably like 2013.
Okay, that was still a lot.
Yeah, because we had a little money saved. He had been working. We had a little money saved. We had a little cushion. And so one day he comes home, and I made him lunch real quick, and then I was going back to the office, and so I'm like, babe, you better hurry up, you gotta go back to work. And he's like, oh no, I'm not going back.
I'm gonna stop you. She made him lunch, y'all.
Yup.
Y'all hear that? Amen. Big Daddy like when I make him lunch. Period. Yes. So when y'all both was working,
and so I was still full time in the business. That was his last day at a job.
Yes. Hear me?
That was his last day at a job.
Ooh, okay.
Now when we get into it with that, right? So back to what we was talking about with the financial part of it, right? Yeah. So there's so many cliches in relationships of finances, right? Who pays what? Yeah. How much do you pay? And that's the big thing, half and half. How did y'all work that out? Because, I have my own, me and my husband, we have our own financial story, and, he was like, yeah, you can tell it. I don't care. Yeah. But how did you guys work that out?
So George and I, being college sweethearts, we got together when we were 18, 19 years old. It's like when you start that way, you're really starting from the start. I mean, you're really getting out the mud. So our financial situation, I know sometimes can be a little easier only because everything we have, we built it together. I can, I have some clients where she's 40, he's 45, and they're just now dating, now about to get married. Yeah. And so that's something that has to be talked about. Before we say I do, I need to know what's your values with financials. You need to know mine. What's important to you? Because what's important to me, if I like to try to be out of debt as much as possible, and you're just
all in there
willy nilly, then that's gonna become an issue. And love can't conquer that because that's important to me. Yeah. So, but George and I, being college sweetheart, we built everything together. Everything we got is together. So that helps. But there are different because we were raised differently. When he gets here, he'll tell you. So. There's certain things financially.
He's a little thugger.
Yeah, and people, because you have me and people be thinking like, oh, P's so suburban and she's so, but But then George is opposite. Yes. He's business, but he'll get with you if you need to be getting.
He gonna type you up.
He gonna
he gonna type you up.
Yeah, which I like that. I guess 'cause that's the opposite. It's opposite of me. Me too. But I always say if and he hates when I say this. But I said, babe, I'm just telling you. I said, if things did not work out between me and George, and he's like, don't say that. I said, I know, because things are always going to work out between. But I said, I can never say that you didn't have a good heart. He has a good heart. He's a little rough around the edge, but he has a great heart.
Yeah, that's
great
what
heart.
counts right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but I think it's important to have conversations about the handlings with debt and credit, savings. How much are we giving? Like tithing, all that's
that.
very important. Vacations.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, some couples, you have one that wants to go on vacation every other month. The other one is hey, we can manage twice a year.
Twice a year, yes.
So those are things
gotta
that gotta be
compromise.
talked about.
Yeah, you gotta compromise.
Yes, and it's upfront. I think the talk needs to happen while dating.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm.
A lot of times we wait. We be silent as women because we're afraid that the man is not going to want us because of what we see.
Yeah.
I feel
Have
like
that
the
early.
talk should be had like. I'm not gonna say like right soon as we go out to dinner. Or
Not the first day.
Not the first day, but I feel like once you've hit that 2-3 month mark, and you say, okay, now we're gonna move forward. Like with me and Ray, when we got together, he was like flat out, I'm looking for a wife.
Okay.
I'm not dating today.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Better friend.
you know, I'm kind of dating it. Well, what you trying to do, sis? Because I'm not dating today.
What we doing?
So he was like, in 3 months, if we don't decide to move forward, you go your way, I go mine. I'm like, huh?
Oh man, he
Like,
had a time frame.
He had a time frame.
Oh.
He had a time frame, and I'm like,
Normally it's opposite.
it's normally the opposite.
Yeah, I love it,
And
man.
he was like, in 3 months,
Men are
if we
special.
don't decide
too.
we gonna be together, we gonna
Yeah.
do this, then you go your way, I go my way.
Yeah.
In 6 months, if we're not discussing marriage, you go your way, I go. And I'm like, wait
That's
a minute,
great.
slow down, little red Corvette. I kid you not. Within our first year of dating, we got our first house.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
got our first, and I was just like, this man really, and he put me, because you know, me, I'm willy-nilly dating, whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, no, we're going to have some structure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then he came in with the finances, because, you know, I had my money, he had his money, I had my business, he was working. And he was like, no, we're going to get us a bank account. I was like, well, I got a bank account. He was like, no, we going to get us a bank account. It was always we.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I love
wasn't
a
used
we
to that.
man.
I wasn't
We
used to that.
friends.
I had my own apartment
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend. I had my place. He had his place. I had this. I had my
He
life.
was
He had his
ready.
life. You know,
Oh,
but we
wow.
were together for years, and I thought that was normal. That's what I saw growing up. My mom. That's what I saw.
Right.
And he was like, no, we.
I was saying that tomorrow is my 9-year anniversary
Aw,
with my
congratulations.
husband, my
Happy
9-year
anniversary.
wedding anniversary. Thank you guys. And we've owned this home. It'll be 10 years in October. So we bought the home in October 2015. We got married in 2016, February. So, you know, sometimes you got to think about what you gonna do and what's your objective in growing, right?
Right.
Right. I mean, you can start off at the rental,
Yeah.
but you know, I've been in business as a
Yeah.
real estate professional
Yeah.
for a long time. It does not make no sense for me to start somewhere in a rental.
Yeah.
Amen. No.
But you got to
And
start
so-
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There gotta be a
I've
goal, though.
owned before, and you know, Big Daddy hadn't, and he, you know, you get with somebody and you grow.
Absolutely.
You hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. So no matter who is the bigger mindset in your relationship, you grow. And so what happened is that in my mind, I thought that you know, it's my third marriage. It's his first marriage. That I don't want to start the way that I did before, right? And that was trying to grow, right? You want to talk in your mind, know where you want to start from with a man or a woman in your life. I know you were college sweethearts, but when you go get married in the age of 28 and 30 years old, you got to know where you're going to start from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what's
Okay.
the goal? What's the goal?
What's the goal?
What's
the
goal?
end result?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a firm believer of starting somewhere, and whether it happens fast or slow, but we need to grow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It need to be some
Yeah,
movement.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if we start out in a
Yeah.
rental, okay, what's our game
Yeah.
plan to purchasing?
Yeah.
Because that, and you know, I talk about that a lot in our culture
Mhm.
because we're so used to renting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally embedded. Like, oh, my rent is.
Yeah.
But like I tell some of my clients when I'm helping them with their life insurance, and they say, hey, you know, I've been at my job for 8 years. I'm making $6,000 a month, and then it's like, but I paid $2,800 a month for rent. I say, why? I said,
Why?
why? When you can own. So it's all
Yeah.
about progression. And you got to even check yourself, whether you're single or together, are we progressing?
Are we moving forward?
Yes, and
Right.
making sure it's this way, because
Yeah.
sometimes people mistake movement as I'm growing, but movement could just be our movement.
Yeah.
I'm just, my eyes moving.
Yeah, my eyes.
my booty moving. Hey.
Yeah.
But it's the
This,
wrong
right?
movement,
We're
baby.
just
I'll
moving,
tell
we're just
you.
moving. But where are we moving to? Are we
Where
moving?
we
We need
moving
move
to?
up.
That's
You
the
know what I'm
goal.
saying? We need
Yeah.
to move up, even in businesses and jobs and relationships and friendships and
Yeah.
businesships. All of that. It needs to be forward movement.
Yes.
I want to speak to the guys because us women, we hella smart.
Mhm.
We are.
We be having so many smart ways,
Yeah.
and men be embarrassed to even talk about what they going through with their women
Yeah.
off top, right?
Mhm.
Big Daddy and I, we didn't have no sex or nothing for like 8 months. All we was friends on the phone. We talked every day. And so I got a chance to know. I got a chance to ask questions about what he had going on and where he needed help and maybe where I needed help. Right? Yeah. And so communication in the beginning is the key before you even give up, you know, that extra goodness. Amen?
Amen.
Yeah.
But take a couple like George and Princess, okay?
Mhm.
So we're gonna get back to it. So take a couple like them, right? When they said they started from the ground, I don't know if you know them, but I know Sacramento knows you, right? And this business that you guys have built, helping others and talking and getting them back to their finance. Because I know I've talked to you, you know, I haven't tried it. I just don't have the patience.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm working on it still.
Yeah.
You know,
She's under pressure.
for instance, is the reason why I was doing life insurance.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the patience for that, and I know my strong points. But
You know your ministry.
I know my ministry,
Yeah.
right?
Period.
But and every time I spoke with you, and I was like, no, I don't think so. But she was like, no.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, George was on the phone. Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what you could do. This is what we're gonna do. We finna help you. You guys pushed so hard, and I see you guys pushing your people
Yeah.
so hard to be the largest. I'm gonna say it again. I know I'm not supposed to, but black.
You
team.
supposed to.
Yeah.
You're the largest black team
Yeah.
in the
And
region
then back in Northern California.
in Northern California.
Uh-oh. Tell a girl.
Yeah.
Let her know.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
And they making money.
Yeah.
They're not playing. They making
Yeah.
money. I know. We know people
Yeah.
on our team.
Yeah.
Making money. Can
Absolutely.
you give me that water too?
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
Yeah.
You want
It
one?
no, thank you. I'm working on my wine.
Yeah.
I like
Me
to
too,
be
girl.
able
Me
to-
too, me too, me too.
But,
Razzle dazzle.
That was again. Remember, so I sat in that room. I said, "Man, okay, I'm gonna go get them all." Because once you understand what life insurance is for, what investments are for, helping people retire, you just know that's not going out of style. But our culture really needs that. A lot of us start from scratch when someone passes away, and that's part of the reason why we can't get the edge up like we need to. I have, even though we have the biggest black insurance team and investments team, but we also service other cultures. So if I go and sit down with an Indian couple, they're saying, hey, give me $1 million of life insurance. Make sure my kids are set up. I want to max out my IRAs. There is that kind of language, and you can tell they've been talking like that for years.
Yeah.
So
Somebody told them to do
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So once we started going on appointments and just seeing how our thought process is with it, that's when we said, man, it can't just be me and George. We're going to be able to affect more people if we have more people that's able to spread, and able to spread the word.
Yeah.
And that's when we started saying, hey, okay, we're gonna recruit and build a team that one day turned into an agency. But once you reach a certain level of success, which is different for everybody. Some people set is 100,000. Some people is enough saved so they can spend more time with their kids.
Right.
It's whatever it is. So, but once we reached our level of success, then we said now it's time to have significance. And we know significance is the more people we can help become successful, the better. So we have a couple under, I don't want to say under, but a couple under our mentorship that their highest income month in 1 month was $43,000.
Oh, that's great.
So
So
when some people make a year.
Yeah.
They made that in a month.
Yeah.
They made somebody.
You said a month?
That was in a month. That was their highest income month.
Okay.
You have people make their highest income month 20,000, 10,000.
Yeah.
A 23-year-old made 15,000.
Yeah.
And the thing that I talk with people about when they listen to the mentorship is, okay, you make it, but put some to the side.
Put some money to the
You
side.
know, who you gonna? What church are you giving to this month?
Yeah.
What
Ooh.
How many other people are you gonna bring in the business? Now you help them. So
That's what it's all about.
That's what
Yeah.
it's about. Each one teach one.
And help somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get it back
Yeah.
off top,
Mhm.
right?
And that's why I know. That's why still to this day, like when Steph says, "Well, Sacramento knows you," or we were by God's blessing only this month featured in USA Today. Okay, and that was and for us, people are like, "How do you feel?" And we're like, "We're honored." That's it, and we're grateful. But to us, that represents that we have a team that's helped a lot of people.
Yes.
And that's what me and George are all about right now. How can we help elevate other people's lives?
So how do we elevate other people's lives past giving them something to sell, right? Because we know from Steph that sometimes we need people to talk to no matter what we're going through, right? We talked about therapy, and it'd be a whole lot of other stuff going on besides just going to get the money. I promise you, and especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh, my
Okay,
goodness.
like I remember quitting my job and going over to entrepreneurship. Big Daddy was like, "Don't quit unless you got another job," and I was like, "I'm quit
Yeah.
because I know that I can make it."
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Them hard conversations that you gotta have with your spouse that really don't know you like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
So with that
Anyway.
being said, like you said, you quit
Yeah.
knowing you can make it, right? Knowing you can make
Yeah.
it. How did he feel about that? Was he ready to take on the full financial responsibility of the household? Since we're talking about the cliches
he would.
and all that.
But
You said
he
would,
wasn't
but
ready.
He was. Okay,
He
that's
said
what I'm saying.
it.
He was not ready.
He wasn't ready, but he would.
He's
I know
gonna
he
be.
would because he's that type of man. Okay.
Right.
But he was telling me, "Don't do it because I'm used to you being there too." You hear me? We when I pay bills. Okay. Period. I don't want you to tell me about nothing that's going on at all. I'm an independent lady. I've always been. My second husband, he gave me the check, and I paid the bills, and I gave him some money. But it ain't like that with every relationship.
Right.
The first husband, like, I paid all the bills, so let me go ahead, and we ain't gonna talk about it. Not the first one. The first one, he gave me the check.
Okay,
Second
so-
one, he didn't. I'm sorry, I'm on 3.
Right.
Anyway, okay, the second one, he didn't. This one though, this is what I asked for. I asked the Lord for. You hear me?
Okay.
Somebody I could communicate with, and we can share and not be stressed about nothing.
Right.
Right? Ain't
That's
that what
the
we
goal.
want to
That's what we
do?
want.
You want to have a mate.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
You're right. And you want to be able to say when you don't have or when you do have, and you want to be able to share the load. In my opinion, some women still like give the man the whole load, and that's okay if he got it like that, right?
Yeah.
Right,
I
I
know.
We both like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's kind of old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, back in 1950, if a man had a $50,000 a year job, he's good.
Yeah.
And expenses were so low that it's fine for that. Fast forward, just think about this, 2025, if he has a $50,000 a year job, he's doing still decent, but that is not cutting it.
That's not cutting it.
In
right.
today's world. And so if a woman is blessed to have a man, he's making whatever, $200,000 a year, and can take care of everything, and you guys can save how you want to, more power to you, but likely that's not likely.
Yeah.
And I think for most women, we understand that, and we're okay with
Helping in pitching.
yeah, and that's why couples, it should be okay. What are we growing? What are we
doing to
What are we
contribute
doing together
to our family?
You know?
How are we growing together?
Yeah,
Right? Like, why do we have this mindset
yeah.
that it's only the man.
Yeah, right.
And
So there's that
That's
question
okay.
right now is the 50-50.
Yeah.
That's the big thing right now, 50-50. Do you go 50-50?
Yeah. So if that's the agreement,
Right. If that's your agreement.
and every couple's gonna be different. There's certain couples.
Hey! It's a man, it's a man, it's a man. And a lady. Hey.
George is in the building. Hi.
She good, she good.
Yeah, but on my golf shoes.
Yeah.
Lele! All right, you got a Lele up here too.
All right, so George is in
George
the
in the
building.
building. Let's
George,
pour some wine.
Yeah.
Or you gonna drink some wine?
You
Okay.
We're gonna drink some wine, George. We got some wine.
Amen.
George said he needs some.
All right.
Do you have any kids?
Yeah, my daughter, Lele Shantae.
I know we're live.
Come here, honey boo. We gonna introduce the kids.
Live stuff
You
happens.
over
Come on,
here.
George.
Come on, Georgia.
Right over there.
What you
Y'all,
need?
George
Over
just came
to the
in.
left, to the right, left to the right.
How blessed we are. Let me see. George and Princess wanted to make this happen so much. George just
Come here,
drove
Lele.
in from the Bay
We
Area.
got a kid down here with you.
Their baby had a golf tournament, and in the Bay, outside of the Bay Area, 2 hours outside of San
Yeah.
Francisco, right,
Yeah.
or something
Ooh,
like that.
yeah.
And he took it out of his time just to make sure he's here with us tonight.
Yeah.
He went.
Okay.
That's your glass.
Oh, this your glass right here. And we got George in the building. This yours here, George. All right, Erica Fields. I don't know if I met George. I did because we sat at the table.
Yeah.
At a
Yeah.
14. Hey.
And Joe, them on?
Yeah, and Joe.
Yeah.
Cheers. We gonna do a real cheers. Y'all. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
So
Let's see.
George,
Huh?
we've been on all y'all business, right? So we started off from y'all being college sweethearts, and we're talking about money in the relationship, right? And we know y'all got a little change, and we trying to figure out how that works in the finance. P has been like, P is so demure.
Yeah.
He is very demure. So how do you feel about like the finances? Do you feel like, I know you guys started and you guys built together and you guys have whatever agreement you guys have. We were just asking her about 50-50. How do you feel about that?
We 100%. We don't. There's really no 50-50 in our relationship. I've been with Princess since I was 18, and so whatever I had was hers, and whatever she had was mine. And we never really, had a conversation about 50-50 because we were splitting, burritos and Taco Bell, and I remember I spent my last $20 to go get her a grilled stuffed burrito. Didn't have no car.
Yeah.
So I had to go down the hallway in the dorm, ask the guy, I'm like, man, hey man, my lady friend, she hungry. I said, man, you gotta take me, man. I gotta feed this woman. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta feel it.
And one day she gonna feed me.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
part.
That
part.
That's an
Yeah.
investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Say.
man.
So you invested
what
in,
it
I
is.
like that. So you invested in P.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
And the time she invested in you. And
Oh, yeah.
I see you guys now, and I know y'all invest in each other because I've been there. And hey, what should I get her for her birthday?
Yeah.
He picked out.
That's when that Saint Laurent came
Yeah,
out.
she
I
was
was
shooting
like,
the stove.
oh, okay,
He was
baby.
finna pick you out something. But that's put it back.
Put it back.
He was like, what is it? Put it back.
You know what I was doing?
Get that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And,
what we
and
here for, the
eventually he
sisters.
told me too, because I kept on saying this bag is okay. It had the matching wallet, and eventually he said, you know who helped me pick it? I was like, who? He said Steph. I said, oh, no wonder.
It was perfect time.
Right, he was about to
Perfect
get you
time.
something. Boozy. I said,
Yeah.
put it back.
Yeah.
But you know what? Even just the fact of going to get something and having a thought
Yes.
of going on your own and having somebody there to help you is amazing.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yeah.
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 And so we got a man.
You're right.
No, I'm just saying.
So we were also talking about your business, right? We know you guys, like I keep saying, you guys have the biggest black team in Northern California, and you are a big voice in that, a big entity. I watch your videos. I see you go live. You are a powerhouse in that. Just with you talking, like I'm like, this man is cold. Like when you command. You command excellence, a presence. Whenever you talk, everybody listens. So we've learned P. Tell us a little bit about George.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder what y'all talking about, bro.
Look.
You have to
Yeah,
run
couple
back.
more
You
sips.
gotta-
Yeah, a couple more sips, P.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Good too, man.
Yeah, it is. That's
You
that
get a bottle to
Georgia
go?
from Africa.
Africa.
Oh, you from Africa?
Africa,
Okay,
baby.
come on. We going there in April.
Yeah. Oh, you going there in April? Oh, that's amazing.
My beautiful daughter, she's playing golf out there.
Oh,
And so she get the opportunity to go out there. So we're going to South Africa.
So I love it. Black and golf.
Yeah.
We
That's
taking
a whole
over.
nother state.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother state.
Yeah, I already know. Is she left-handed?
She right.
All right. Because I got my left-hand golf clubs up in the garage. Because I be at.
Really? You play golf too?
I ain't a pro, but I got them
Yeah,
golf
you
clubs
got it.
that represent.
A lot of business happen on the golf course too.
A lot of business
Yeah.
happen.
I'm not surprised you out there.
You let's go, girl.
Look,
You ready?
I'll go out there with you.
All right.
It just can't be hot.
I know if it's hot, I go.
Me either, girl. Look, right now, if it's hot, this is what I got.
Look there, yes.
All right,
So,
we ain't
yeah,
got to talk
George,
about
tell
it.
us a little bit. Tell us a little bit
Well, we got
about
on
George Mitchell.
So, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Single parent household. My mom, rest of her soul, she passed in 2021. But like I said, came from Atlanta. Had the opportunity to go to Alabama A&M University, where I met Princess. Went to a volleyball game, and I kid you not, Stephanie, when I went to this volleyball game, I'm sitting in the stands, but before I went to college, I said I'm gonna find my wife in college. You know, I didn't know how soon I was gonna find her.
I was mad.
We went no playing.
Okay.
I saw number 12 on that court. I said, that's gonna be my wife right there.
She was playing.
She was playing. Name kept coming across the loudspeaker, Princess Dixon. And she was like the quarterback.
A football?
No, the volleyball. So she was the person that kind of set everybody up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
Pow!
yeah. And so I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm like, number 12 gonna be my wife. And then it's like when you want that one car, and then you keep seeing it.
Speak it into existence. Yes.
Then all of a sudden, we're going to, I'm going to lunch at the band practice, because I was in the band as well at A&M. And this young lady come walking down the hallway. And I said, that 12? Is that 12? 12 over there, man. Let's see what 12 talking about. I'm with my Atlanta homeboys. And I was like, hey, man, that's 12 over there, man. He's like, ain't her, because she didn't have her uniform on. She was like, she was dressed up. I was like, oh, you look like Alicia Keys. You look good as your uniform.
Yeah.
And so I stepped to her, talked to her, and she invited me to her game that weekend. And it was an early game. She didn't think I was going to come.
Oh.
Man, I laid my outfit out.
Oh.
Got some of my partners to go with me. And we go to the game, and they keep trying to pressure me to go talk to her. And I said, hold on, man, I don't want to be just, she in the zone, she doing what she doing. And then eventually, the game was over, she came up and said, hey, come downstairs. And so, that in front of my boys, I was like, see y'all, man, y'all doing
I was playing it cool.
Yeah. She asked me to come down,
Yeah.
And so I go down, we talk. And so it was just, I could just tell from when I was up in the stands, I said, man, there's just something about this woman.
Yeah.
It's something about her.
Yeah.
And then to meet her for the first time, it was like, yeah, she the one. That's it.
what I'm talking about.
While they was playing checkers, she was playing chess.
So men know when she the
Yeah,
one.
men know.
Okay.
So did you think in a million years from that college meeting, knowing her, knowing P, you know what I'm saying? I don't know P in college, but just knowing P now, I can imagine P in college was the smart girl in school,
Athletic.
Athletic, Sarah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
So I just know she was that one. Did you ever think, what has it been, 20 years?
23.
23 in April.
23 years later, you guys will be married, have this dynamic business. You guys are putting others on, getting them money, educating. Because she told us you worked at the dental office, and then you was like, bump that, I'm finna start cold calling. So you've always been like a go-getter
Mhm.
and a beast. Like you've always had a commanding presence, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody has ever seen when they do their lives or their man, George. I've been on the phone with you and I've heard him in the background. You're like, George is on the live.
I know.
And I'm like, whoa, hush,
Yeah.
wait, Pete, let me hear what he
Right.
said. Because he is like,
I need to go on
you
live.
need to
I've been
listen,
missing
like,
out.
listen to him. He's very inspiring.
Yeah.
His voice alone
Yeah.
just commands your attention.
Yeah.
So now that you guys have this huge life insurance business, because she told me how she kind of put you on them and whatnot,
Yeah.
how do you feel now where you guys are? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can somebody get to your level?
You got to stay down. I think, you know, me and Princess got it out the mud, man. You know, nothing was given to us. You know, from my perspective, you know, you know, get out of college. We had our kids early. You know, little George was born, man, 2 days after I graduated college. You know, but I knew this was my woman. I knew I'm marrying her. I'm a one-woman man. I'm gonna take care of my family.
Yeah.
And from how I grew up, you know, I just saw my mom work, and I was like, man, the best thing I can do is go to college. You know, get me a good, decent job so I can take care of my family. That's all I really wanted to do.
Okay.
I just wanted to take care of my family. You know, when she found Primerica, I was working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I was working 2 jobs. You know,
So she was the founder.
Yeah, she's the founder.
That's why I said she
she's
put
the
him
founder.
on.
Yeah, she put me on.
Okay.
Yeah, she put me on.
And you was like, you know what, deuces. Deuces.
Deuces.
To the job. I'm trying to say to get that from my husband. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, amen.
And you know, I started part-time with her, and she just had a vision for this. You know, I wasn't, you know, I knew we was gonna do some great things. I didn't know it was gonna be like this though. Yes. You know, you don't know. That's the thing about faith. You know, because sometimes people say they have faith, but the faith is based upon what you cannot see right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't see it right now, it's okay. But do you believe it though? And
Believe it in here.
Yeah, believe it in here. Believe have the faith. I'm about to take another sip. Yeah. So Prince has always been very optimistic, big thinker, big dreamer. You know, she's like, man, they can do it. We can do it too. You know, I'm like, okay, and I'd be like,
I
okay.
see one example. If I see one example, I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah,
We can do it.
Yeah, we can do it. That's okay, babe. I support you.
And you click on to her vision.
Yeah.
Because we birth visions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, and
That's
I
how
don't have no
husband's
ego.
supposed to submit.
I don't have no ego. You know, my wife has a certain thing about her that God has blessed her with. Just like my daughter, God blessed her with a talent of playing golf. You know, you can just see it. Certain people have certain things. Like you said, me speaking. Like, I didn't know that I had that in me. The speaking and, you know, motivating people and encouraging people. I didn't know I had that in me until I came into the business, and we're in these meetings and we're building a team, and I'm like, man, people are broken. It's not just they're coming here to make some money.
Yeah.
God put them in our lives for us to help them grow individually.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So we're talking about, you know, money in relationships, finances, and things like that. With her starting off being the big dog, you never felt like, you always said you supported her. You never felt like no type of way?
I never.
Because some men, some people get that. You know what I'm saying? There's some people, when they feel like their wives
Competition?
is a competition.
I ain't compete with her.
A lot of people, you know,
For what?
when I
All
met
the
my
money going
husband,
same account.
I owned the business and the and he worked. You know what I'm saying? But I never made him feel any less.
Right.
He was always the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he, you know, we worked together, and he literally became the man.
No man.
And now he is
That's awesome.
the man. You know what I'm saying? And now, in hindsight, the tables have turned. Like, now, he's the money maker. I make money. You know what I'm saying? But he makes it possible for me to have a very comfortable life, and there's no, the tables have turned. You know, I made it comfortable for him at one point, which people don't know. That's a whole nother. And now,
So,
I'm very
so
comfortable.
let's bring that out.
Come on.
It's okay to make it comfortable for him.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, I
If
make it
it's
very
somebody
comfortable
you
for him.
down with,
Yes.
and the tables turn,
Mm-hmm.
what, do we gotta leave,
Mm-hmm.
or do we stay there to help?
Mhm.
You stay there and help.
Right.
And you shouldn't get jealous. You shouldn't,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, I don't understand that. You know, I've been with this woman where we didn't have a pot to piss in and window to throw out of. So all of a sudden, you know, she come up with an idea or she come up with a business. I got to support that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
it's us. We are a team. It's not,
Absolutely.
you know, okay, well, she doing her thing. Us men, I feel like if you're in that situation, man, just put your ego to the side.
Yes.
Just put it
Because
to
right
the
now,
side.
women is getting it.
Yeah, women get it.
We getting it.
And
And
it's
y'all,
okay.
if you got you one that's getting
Yeah,
it,
you better
why
you
you
better have her.
Right, you better hold on to her.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
hear me?
And that's one thing about a woman.
Yeah.
A woman, my granny always said the only thing that can make a woman fall out of love or stop helping a man is that man.
No.
A woman is gonna have her man regardless. Everybody else could be like, oh, he a bum, he doing it. A woman, if she love him and she see that
Oh, yeah.
potential
Yeah.
and he's been there for
Yeah.
her emotionally,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
she gonna hold him down regardless.
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's okay, man. And that's the thing about our relationship is, you know, even when she was playing volleyball, I wasn't sitting around talking about, oh, she getting all the glory. Man, I'm on the front row with signs. Hey, I'm with a sign like 12, will you marry me?
Yeah.
You know?
You was.
Ooh.
And you know,
Say it,
all
man.
my homeboys was at the game with me.
Yeah.
I had one guy, man, he would be at the game. My homeboy Broderick, man. Shout out to Broderick.
Hey,
That's
Roger.
who's my best man. We've been knowing each other since 9th grade. And I convinced him to go to Alabama A&M with me. So he's seen the whole journey with me and Princess. And he would come to the games with me, man. This dude was so wild. Me and him so opposite. And when the ball like go far away from the players, he would run and go dive and go bring. He became an actual like entertainment piece at the game. So he was part of the team. I said, man, yeah, you ring too. But when Princess, when the ball would go play somewhere and they could get it, especially when Princess was back there, and he would go wipe it off. And you know, but it just showed her like, man, I'm here to support you. We here to have fun, and you know, do your thing, man. I want to see you hit that ball. I want to see you jump in. You know, she led the nation in service aces as freshmen. I thought we both did that. You know, you know what I'm saying? And I was excited, like, man, that's my woman.
So y'all energy match.
Yeah.
Off top.
Yeah.
And y'all how old together?
So
23 years in April.
I know your age.
When we started 18, 19.
Okay,
Right now,
and you 19, he was 18.
I'm
I was 18.
I'm 18.
All right. So it's okay, y'all, to get you a little younger lad.
Younger lad.
You gotta go to the sandbox, a little sandbox.
Yeah. Man.
Trust me, I know. My husband, I think I'm 3 months older than Ray. I'm about 3 months.
Yeah.
He got me about 18.
Well,
I'm actually 2 months in like 10 days
Yeah.
older than him. And
All
you
right.
would swear I'm 3, 4, 5, 15 years older. You know, it's your birthday. Oh, you know, this is my old lady. I said,
I can't.
Yeah. I'm a sock.
Yeah.
Then you are, you like my old lady.
Yeah, the old good looking lady.
He was like,
put that with
you was walking when I was called. Shut up.
That
You
is
was able to
hilarious.
tie your shoes.
I'm sorry.
Crazy, man.
Right. I'm like, I'm not that much older than you, sir.
Yeah.
Not 3 months.
I'm not even
You
3 months.
just able to tie your
I think
shoes.
it's 2 months and I think 10 days.
Yeah.
2 months and 17
Alright.
days. It's actually 2 months and 17 days.
But you know what? That 2 months could mean you could be talking before him.
That's what you said. They
Time
always
to
said
shoot
you was
before
talking
you.
before me. You was
There's a whole lot of 2 months can do. Yeah, like I promise you.
Solid food.
Yeah, all that.
Oh,
Like,
she's been in on the bottom.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I noticed too, when you walked in, her smile has not stopped.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
So you still make her smile. Like
Oh my
when
gosh.
you walked in and you've been sitting here, she's been like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and
Yeah.
George, we started out as best friends, and then started dating, and then got together. So there's people that, let's say if there's a live audience here, they would think that we've been together only like 3 or 4 years. It's so like, oh, you guys are brand new.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, 23 years in,
Yeah.
18 years almost married. And I said, what it is we have decided to keep it fresh. Like, so when he walks around, I'm like, there go my person. There he
That's
is.
me right there.
Yeah,
That's me right there.
Yeah, and
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset, and it's a choice. It's not. We're not gonna let it get old. We still do our date nights. We still do our. We plan for family vacation, but we need a couple vacation too. I think that it's also helped that we've grown the business together. And even though I kind of pioneered it, at one point in time when he came full time, we weighed out of what's your strengths with my strengths, and let him operate in his strengths.
Yes.
And so it works that we wake up and we're on the same mission, we're on the same goal on what we're doing. And even though again 18 months older, like he's the leader. So I'm a leader in the business, but he's the leader in our family. In the household.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know you're a leader
Yeah.
if you even take the challenge to go off to college. Because you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
And you have to make the decisions to go to class every day.
Yep.
Do the
Get your
work.
butt up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so
Stay
both
focused.
of you guys are already on the same path of leadership. Right? And adulthood. And so, man, I am just, this is amazing, Princess.
Oh my
I've been
God.
hearing about y'all forever.
And
You know, we had an interview. I don't know. You and I are all together.
Yeah.
They was trying to get me in insurance.
Yeah, and that was 10 years
Yeah.
ago. Either we were trying to get you in or get you. I can't remember, but
Yeah,
I
it
remember
was
like,
in, baby.
we
It
said
was
no,
in.
it was yeah. But I know
Yeah.
your real estate was going. And so
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
still going.
Yeah.
I'm a broker now. I thought
Okay
it was
now.
an agent.
Come on, yeah.
When we talk.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm top of the food chain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Come on, man.
Right. Don't.
and I'm trying to get my husband to retire,
Yeah.
like you, mister.
Yeah.
And so he will, and you know, just being able to have the person in your house snap on to your vision and know that you guys are more than the job
Right.
Yeah.
is huge. Okay, because we can be spending a whole lot of time building somebody else's legacy when we can be building ours.
We always talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
so
I know
that's-
you guys definitely got a legacy here because
Yeah.
everybody
Steph,
that's
sit
doing
down.
something
Yeah.
you guys have helped or they're under you or
Yeah.
you're mentoring them.
Yeah.
Even as far as myself and mine, you've mentored us, you've talked to us, you've sat with us, you know what I'm saying? Showed us other ways to make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys have definitely been there and supported.
Appreciate it.
So I know a lot of your team members.
Good people.
And
We got good people.
Your
Good
people
people.
are
Thank
you, Lord.
thriving.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
people are thriving. And not only do you have amazing teammates, but you guys have amazing couples. I noticed a lot of your team are married couples
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
dating couples that are
Yeah.
building together.
Yeah.
So I think that goes from what you guys, they're watching you, seeing that you guys can do it, so we can do it too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which
That's
we don't
a-
get
man.
that in our community
Yeah.
a lot.
Man,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And no matter how you do it at home, while you building on the outside job or entrepreneurship together, because I'm an entrepreneur, my husband worker, you both are entrepreneurs. You have to be able to discuss in the house on how the dynamics gonna work.
Oh
Yeah, you hear me? Like, let's talk about it. It ain't what I got going on. It ain't what she got going on. It ain't what they got going on.
I'm the first
It's
my
about-
husband takes care of the finances
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
My husband is the finance seer, and once he has a plan and a vision, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Our house is gonna be paid off at this time. We're gonna do this at this. Like he is always, like I said, from day one when we started dating, we got 3 months for this, 3 months. He has been a planner. He has our lives planned. So when
Already
you retire, when you sit down, we ain't gonna be working this house.
Sell the map. Sell the map.
Mhm.
Ah, sell the map. I just said we about to sell the map. Okay, wait a minute. If it's paid off early, we need the map.
Right, it's about to be paid. It's about to be paid off early.
Period.
We
Like,
already
let's
are.
get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because
Awesome.
everybody don't know how to do that, and sometimes
Right.
you gotta get in another group,
Mhm.
Right.
and so
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But
Amen.
that's lucky, you know, because for me, I didn't know nothing about finances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about credit. This fool is so into credit and understanding credit that one time my credit card, you know, I was paying on my credit cards and we talked about interest. He opened up one of my credit card bills and was like, "You're paying interest."
Yeah.
He hates interest.
Yeah.
So he lectures me. He lectures me about interest, right? And I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm making the payments, whatever. I'm sleeping. I kid you not. I promise to Father God, this is at 2:30 in the morning.
We didn't pay this
I'm
off.
like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, so did you understand what I was saying
Oh
about the
my
interest?
gosh.
If you don't go to
Yeah.
sleep,
he sound like me. That's a Leo. Ain't he a Leo?
he's a Leo. And
Me
I was
too.
like,
It's the
I
same shit.
got it. Call me and go pay that credit card off.
Look, we be
I could
thinking
not
about that
believe
shit
that.
all
I'm knocked
night.
out. It's like 2 in the morning.
Wow.
Tapping.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you tapping me?
Yeah, but that's probably a vision of his, is to make
Yes.
sure that the family's debt
That's
free.
right.
Oh no man, nothing.
Yes.
You know, and it's a journey.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
it's a journey. He wants to make sure, okay, are you on board with what,
Yeah.
and it's
Are
gonna
you on
help
board?
us at the end.
It's gonna, and that's
Yeah.
the thing, you know, this is gonna help us. And so finally, I said, okay, fine, let me learn about credit. So I learned about credit, and I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you, I went to church this past Sunday. I ain't gonna be long about it. But they gave their story. And at the end, you know, he talked about his list on how he was gonna satisfy her, because men have to still have a list on how they gonna satisfy their lady. You feel me?
Yeah.
And we had a whole list, they say. I don't know, but it ain't that hard.
Yeah.
And we just have to be mindful of each other, right? And just being kind, right? It's like little things when you're together,
Absolutely.
right? And even just having respect about your great mind and your great mind.
Mhm.
And great minds come
Yeah.
together.
Come
And imagine
together.
what happens when those great minds come together. We
Yeah.
build $1 million teams.
Yeah.
When
Feel
great
me?
minds come
Yeah.
together. We
That's
should
right.
She said he stepped in.
We
Yeah.
build multi-million
Yeah.
dollar team, not
Yeah.
$1 million, but multi-million
So,
dollar team.
so respecting each other
Mhm.
and your greatness and your mind, and not thinking you are superior or no more than. Just listen.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with a lot of women.
Yeah.
I notice when I talk to other women that are getting it, you know what I'm saying? They riding around getting it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're like, I'm the breadwinner, I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but you're making this money and that's great, but what about life? What's
Yeah.
going
And
on?
family.
And family
Oh,
and
yeah.
life and
And we big on that.
Yeah.
you know, it's not always money's great. Don't get me wrong. I always say, you know, but passion, love, and commitment is like
And
my
listen
number one thing.
to your people.
Yeah.
Listen to
It's a team,
It's a
Yeah.
team. Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Because that's what we're talking about is money and relationships. And if you don't realize that he may not make that more than you, or you may not make more than him, it's a whole team. We need to be talking about, because the money work together.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right?
And
Yeah.
no, it's no competition. It's no egos. It's about collaborating.
But even though you
Yeah.
make the money,
Collaborating.
right, and he don't, he may make it easier for you to make that money by,
Oh my
by
gosh.
making you
Yeah.
comfortable at home, by
Yeah.
making sure you're secure in your womanhood, by making sure, you know what I'm saying?
Children.
So it goes
Yeah.
both ways, you know, it's not, even though, you know, I love money, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I love money,
Yeah.
but my husband makes it a lot easier for me to be able to make the money that I make because
Yeah.
I know my home is taken care
Yeah,
of.
you don't have to worry.
I don't have to worry about home.
Right.
So everything I do at my store, at my salon, at our other businesses,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can be comfortable with that and I can be at ease. Where we
But
at?
you know what? I'm going to leave that at that, because you know what? At ease.
Yeah.
Right.
Is where we gonna lead it
We
at,
can
y'all.
comfortably- I can
That's
sleep
where we want to
comfortably.
be at. We don't want to be out of ease
Right.
That's right.
or disturbed in the mind and all that. Like we
Right.
want to be at peace and have love and spread love.
Yes.
And be able to talk about money to the people
Yes.
we next to. All right.
Absolutely.
And
wanna be able
so
to access money.
we let's talk about it with Erica and Steph. We gonna end it here. We got Princess and we got Mr. George.
Mitchell is there. So tell
He
them where they
made
can find you guys if they have a question,
Yeah.
hallelujahs, amens, or concerns,
Yeah.
or they want to get on that money
Yeah,
team.
Period.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Where they
How
can
can they
find
find
you.
y'all?
Yes, and we would love to have you on this team where we're focused on helping people, but also making sure you get helped as well. And so you can call, and I always give people the business cell phone because I always got it with me. It's area code 916-367-2463. Again, that's 916-367-2463. We're helping people in the areas of making additional income. Also, if you're in a situation where you need life insurance or retirement setup, it's not about how much money you make; it's about how much money you keep.
That's right.
And so we want to help people with that.
So is somebody gonna answer that number?
Yes, that's one of my. I have.
All right,
I have
right
two
here.
sets. This is a-
All right.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
making sure, man. I don't want to press 1 or
And
2 or
then you
3.
can go on
Yeah.
Facebook,
All right.
George
Oh, yeah.
Princess Mitchell
Yeah.
on Facebook,
Yeah.
Okay.
George
Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Instagram.
Yep, George N. Princess Mitchell.
AND or the
N, just
like
the
that?
N, just
the
the letter
letter
N.
The letter N.
All right. Oh no, the symbol N.
No,
Yeah.
just the letter N.
The letter N. George.
Oh, the N.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. All right, I'm just making sure.
Did you tell them about Black History Month? Us being featured in USA Today.
In
Did you
USA
tell
She
them about
did.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's
Blessing.
big.
Blessing.
USA
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
That's national, you guys. USA Today. That's not, whatever. Better Homes and Gardens. That's
Yeah.
that's big. So
All right.
to have this young Black couple be featured in that is ginormous.
Black excellence.
Black
Let's
excellence
go.
finest.
Right here in Sacramento.
Right here in Sacramento.
Sacramento. Thanks to all our teammates
Yeah.
that trust in us to lead them, but also thank you to all our clients, the
Yes.
people that trust in us to service them as well. We don't get none of that type of recognition for our city if it wasn't for you guys, and we just want to thank you for that because it really is a big deal for Black History Month to show Black excellence coming straight out of Sacramento.
Yeah.
And so,
And I do want to say, if you see TNN, the Now Network, on any of your Facebook friends, their social media, at our team events, that person is on our team, and you are free as well to go with them as well because they're also connected to us
Yes.
as well.
All right, y'all. Hey, insurance,
Y'all can
real
tell some,
estate,
Yes.
clothing and hair.
Yes.
Man, we got the market
I'm
covered.
exquisite today. I'm
Exquisite
exquisite
Like,
today.
me too, y'all.
Stephanie is being humble. Stephanie is my traveling stylist. So anywhere we gotta go talk or speak, I go to her boutique probably like 2 days, sometimes 2 hours before I leave out. She puts all my outfits together. So and then
Crip walking in your stuff.
And then-
You see?
Yeah, I seen the crib work. I said, look at me, crib working.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period,
And
boo.
then Erica, one of Sacramento's premier realtors, brokers.
Period.
Come
You
on,
better let them
this
know.
is
We
Black
outside.
excellence. That's all we're doing today is Black excellence.
Right here in our city, man.
Yeah, right
Local.
here.
Right
Loco.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in and let's talk about it with Erica and Steph. We're gonna be back next week. George and Princess.
Thank you,
We appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Man.
Thank
I'm
you.
Steph. I'm out. E, you out?
I'm out.
We out.
All right.